your boy Comet Chat with another fire intro. Rule of Three is the name of the show, and I made it here from my main man, Mr. Chris Knight. I hope you like it, bro. So here we go. Well, the Rule of Three is the name of the show. It stars Chris Knight, Comet Chat, and Nzo. Third Monday of the month at 9 o'clock, so don't be late, cause that's when the fun starts. We talk about this, we talk about that. 5 questions, decide fiction or is it fact? Recaps that all came together like Run DMC. We're tougher than leather, so grab a seat, strap on in. The Rule of Three is about to begin, so let's go. Rule of Three is a show, Khaos Central is the channel. It stars me, Chris Knight, and Nzo. 3 casts with one singular vision to make this channel the best channel on YouTube, the best channel on the planet. Peace.
Is there any stuff?
What is up, everybody? I am Chris Knight. This is the Rule of Three here on Khaos Central. This is actually, I think, number 99. I had to go back because I think some of our numbers are all messed up because I don't know. I think this is 99.
You should have been to 100. Wait, there is no way Nzo should have beat us to 100.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the thing is, I think he kept the numbers from when we first started it. I'm not sure. I had to go back and figure it out. But there's like, there's 100 at least for each of us. So finding everything and rolling it back and actually making sure that everything is the right thing takes time.
If it's fucked up, it's gonna stay fucked up because I'm not going back. No.
I don't know if we had to go backwards. I'm wondering if we're like myself. I'm wondering if we're short a couple, but I don't know. It doesn't matter if we go back. I'll just go fix them and we'll just stay with the numbers we got right. I don't know. I don't care.
If you want to go fix them, go right ahead and fix them.
Go right ahead. I'm not.
As soon as I get that intern, I will do that.
Boomer. Go ahead and call me. I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm a boomer because I'm not fixing nothing.
All right, guys. Yeah, this is the Rule of Three, third Monday of the month, and we got some good stuff coming up tonight. I think. Of course, I would say that. Anyways, let's talk to these two gentlemen, the usual suspects. That's it. Yeah, the usual suspects. And let's see what they've got going on in their channels. We'll start with Mr. Biggaford Entertainment. Nzo, tell everybody about what you got going on.
What's up, guys? Biggaford Entertainment. Wednesday will be the OOC. And other than that, man, I'm just here. It's been a while. Glad to be here. Let's do it.
Awesome. And Danny, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
I'm Danny, aka Comet Chat. You can find me here Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel on one of the 3 shows. Also on Wednesday nights, I try to come on Nzo's show when he's not bashing. And Guy Scar's show to hang out. And then on Sundays, Storms Live. So, hey. And we try to do these rankings like every other Friday, whatever. To me, I'm not saying anything bad about this because I enjoy this too, but the rankings are by far my favorite. Be like, what the hell?
I kind of my last one was funny.
It was, yeah. But what's funny is as funny as it got, it actually turned out to be one of the best finishes I think we've had in a long time.
We had some shit sandwiches in the past, boy.
Like, we have.
What was the one? Like it was cop movies, buddy cops, and it was Tango and Cash. And something. I can't remember what it was, but I'm like, I didn't mind Tango and Cash, but the other ones was like.
Well, we know Chris had a problem with the Tango and Cash because we had to beat Lethal
Listen,
Weapon.
I love Tango and Cash. I love that movie. It's not as good as Lethal Weapon. But again, as we always say, it doesn't matter. That's what it turned out to be. That's where it's at, and yeah. So
we're working on our next one, or one of our next ones is going to be Heist movie.
Heist. Oh yeah, I like that.
Cool.
I got one that
should
definitely win it.
I ain't gonna say that because every time I say we have one that should definitely win it,
the score better be in the top 3. That's what I got to say.
Interesting. We'll
You
see.
know?
Good. Robert De Niro,
All right.
the way he fooled us up at the end, I was like, oh shit.
So tonight, on the final five, guys, everybody who's watching, tweet this out, grab the link, tell everybody about it. I also have a tweet out right now. You guys can retweet that or put it on Facebook, wherever you guys do your social media. That's fine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 final fives answered tonight. 2 of them, basically the same question, but because they are 2 different times, it's interesting because different answers came out. So we're going to count them. At least right now, I'll say we'll count them. We'll see how that goes because you guys do have a say in this. But anyways, we're going to go right now. 3 topics, guys. 3 topics.
Hold on. If the questions have me winning, we're keeping it.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah,
we
get
off that Eli who shit, because that's what he was on, buddy.
Here it is, guys. So let's see here. Let's see if the chat wants to decide. Guys, the chat, pick the door number you guys want. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3, chat. Let you guys pick first. See a 3.
We got 1, 3.
Gaiskar, Shifty, and Basel say 2. David says 2. All right, so I got 3 2s, 1 3. Gaiskar, what do you say? For number 1, 2, or 3? Why is it people always go for the middle? It's like 2, 2, 2. That's how they get you in the Monty, flipping or the hide the king, hide the queen, whatever you want to say. All right. Okay, so I got at least 3 number 2s and 2 number 3s. So I guess we'll go with number 2 first. Here's the question: with the scrapped Batgirl movie, Black Adam's disappointing box office returns, and Shazam 2 bombing, I ask these 3 questions. 1, do you see this as a deliberate attempt to bolster optimism in the new DCEU lineup, or just coincidence that it's all happening at the same time as them announcing it? 2, do you think that this is a sign as what will happen with the Flash movie? And 3, should Marvel be wary of James Gunn tinkering with the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to make it bomb?
Interesting.
So those are your 3 questions. And basically it's 1 question, but it's still 3 different ones together. So I'm going to put this.
Yeah, put it in the chat so that I remember.
I am. No, and I had a title for this. I'm trying to remember what the title was. Let me see here. Because I titled these all. I think this is Gunning for Answers. Yeah, Gunning for Answers. So, yeah. And if you need me to remind you of what they are, I do have them here in a notepad. So, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
I'll go ahead.
You go, Nzo.
All right. Nzo, 3 minutes. And I don't know why it did that. Oh, yeah, I do. Because the way they've changed things on here. I do entire screen. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right. 3 minutes on the clock. Nzo, your time starts now.
All right. So the answer to question number 1 was, do you think it was a coincidence? I think it's definitely a coincidence that these movies flop. I don't think they're doing anything to sabotage it, because at the same time, even though we're getting James Gunn doing his no universe, you still want to bring up hype and momentum for the movies that are coming. And if DC keeps putting out these movies that are flopping, then yeah, even that's gonna be like, it doesn't matter what James Gunn does, the movie's gonna be garbage. So you still don't want these movies to flop. I think there was promotion for some of them could have been an issue, reason why, but I also think again that the characters that nobody really cared about, like Black Adam, yeah, you had The Rock in there and his star power I thought would have pushed it over. But when you have a bad taste of the DCU in your mouth, and then that these movies are pretty much aren't going anywhere, I think that could be one of the reasons why it turned fans off of seeing it. Number 2 was what was number 2? Do you think this is a sign of what will
happen with the Flash movie?
Ooh, I don't think it is because I think the Flash movie is one of those movies that people want to see. We've seen the trailer for it, and I think the trailer was pretty good. Again, it all depends on the trailer. Even when the Black Adam trailer came out, a lot of people thought that the trailer wasn't that good. It had issues with Black Adam not having the pointy ears or not having the accent. But I think when it comes to this Flash movie, you're getting Ben Affleck's Batman, you're getting Michael Keaton's Batman. So it's kind of like on a multiverse of madness level where people are excited to see at least Michael Keaton for sure. People definitely want to see his Batman. So I don't think it's going to have the same effect. Do I think the movie is going to be a success? I have no idea yet, but I don't think it's going to flop. And the final question is,
should Marvel be wary?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Because we've always said just having that Marvel logo, it's been different now, but you usually guaranteed around $500 million for your movie, right? So I don't think Marvel should have any worries with that because of what people are saying, and I still don't buy it that they're talking about doing a Marvel versus DC crossover. So I don't like to sit here and say that everybody like these guys are doing things to sabotage their movies. I really don't think they would do that because money's involved and you want to make the most amount of money as possible. So I don't think Marvel should be worried at all.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's make it so we can actually. Oh yeah, can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, I'm just making sure. All right, cool. All right, Danny, 3 minutes on the clock. Your time starts now.
The first question, I agree with Nzo. Do you see this as a deliberate attempt to bolster optimism in the new DC universe? That is definitely a coincidence because if memory serves and facts are correct, Walter Hamada was ahead of that, and James Gunn was nowhere around. Now, had James Gunn been in the picture, then you could possibly formulate that maybe he kind of deliberately did something or tried to sabotage it behind the scenes so he could get the top spot. But he wasn't even in the company. This was Walter Hamada's baby creation failure, so it's nowhere on James Gunn's resume. Number two, do you think this is a sign that this will happen to the Flash movie? I do not. And the reason why is because the Flash has a TV series, and has a fan base that is established. Black Adam did not. Anyone that sits here and say they did not think that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had no star power to elevate Black Adam is lying, and I tell them to their face. We all thought that, but when it didn't happen, then we're like, okay. And part of the reason is that we, the geeks, knew about Black Adam and was excited because he fit the profile. He been trying to push this character for 10 years, but the normies did not know anything about Black Adam. They just didn't. So, and also, the Flash has been on season, 9 seasons now? And a lot of people said the first few seasons were good and then it kind of progressively got worse. But they have that in their mind. They see it every week, even if it's in a commercial, even if there's some episodes they catch. There may be some that's crap, some that's good. You'd be like, hey, man, you need to check out this episode of The Flash. So it has something to build on. It has something to keep refreshing the memory, palate cleanse, so to speak. Black Adam didn't have that. And then on top of that, they got a dumbass actor, in my opinion, to play Shazam. That didn't help the character anyway. And there were key moments that I think The Rock did missteps because he should have incorporated Shazam. They should have built that, but didn't do it. He kind of jumped over. He kind of put the cart before the horse, so to speak, and it bit him in the ass. This last thing, Guardians of the Galaxy, I definitely don't think that is trying to sabotage because I think Kevin Feige is more savvy than that. And I'm pretty sure if he saw something that wasn't copacetic or something he didn't agree upon that James Gunn said to put in there, that he would call him out. And now that I think he's back in power since Iger is back versus when the other guy was there, Chapek, he would have said, hey, look, man, this ain't right. We need to do this and this. So I don't think James Gunn is sabotaging that or did anything to sabotage. I think that a lot of stuff is just coincidental. I think that James Gunn wants his new DCU to be successful, but a lot of people, it's kind of split because a lot of people are upset. I'm one of those people that he got rid of Henry Cavill, he's getting rid of Gal Gadot, he's getting rid of other parts of it. And he could have used his Flash movie to do a Flashpoint, restart it, and still use the same characters. So I think a lot of this is coincidental, and I don't think there's no sabotage. on his part at all with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey, Danny, have you been watching this season of The Flash?
I only watched 1 or 2 episodes.
Oh, it's garbage. It's bad.
I've heard it was.
Basel said Flash will flop for sure. Some people will boycott Ezra Miller. Plus, for most, it's attached to Jack Snyder. Jack Snyder? You mean Zack Snyder?
Yeah, but I don't think it'll be enough.
I don't disagree with what he's saying, but I'm kind of like with you, Nzo.
But it looks very. I'm more afraid of the banning Ezra Miller than the Zack Snyder stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people on there, they're high and mighty, throwing stone in glass houses, and they don't have any. And I'm not defending him. I'm just saying all of us have done or done stupid shit.
Oh yeah. No, I think it is
just publicized because he's more famous than any of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, anytime you sit there and you're like, oh, anyways, here. So my thoughts on all of this are as such. I do not think this is a deliberate attempt to bolster optimism, but if anything, I think it's a happy coincidence that they can they don't have to worry about so far, none of these movies that have come out, Shazam 2 or Black Adam, have done anything to help the chance of them getting another sequel. I mean, because before Black Adam came out, before Shazam 2 came out, we were all talking about, man, think about this. Cavill, Rock, and Levi, if they were all three to be in a third Shazam movie, we were all talking about that. That's gone. So if anything, it helps them bolster the chance to reset everything. And at least not have people saying, well, you see, we should have done this. We should have done, you guys should have done this. Yeah, we're going to still say that. But it's easier to move forward when there's nothing to look back at. And right now, there isn't anything to look back. Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is really where the potential of everything that was being built up to was never officially released. So, basically, you got to look forward. I think the Flash movie, if anything, they probably tweaked it a little bit to help turn it towards what they want to do. Maybe we'll get a surprise. Like maybe there'll be a something in there that gives us a hint as to who we're going to see as Superman, or who we're going to see as the new Batman, or anything like that. Maybe we'll get that. I don't know. But do you think this is a sign of what will happen in the Flash movie? No, I'm with Nzo. I think that, you're laughing about it, but I think that there's a good chance for it because it is meant to reset everything. If people go into the movie believing that, it doesn't matter what happened before, because whatever happens in this is just going to wipe out what that was. So, again, I don't think that's going to be anything. Should Marvel be wary? No. Danny, you made a good point. Kevin Feige, I think Kevin Feige, if anything, with James Gunn going to the DC, he is probably going to have more eyes on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 than any other movie right now. And since it's the next one out, I would say that helps its chances even more, that if he's really saying, okay, we need to make sure this one hits the mark, I think that's that's what he has to do. So no, I think all of this, again, people speculate. I think it's all coincidental. I think it's it looks like that. But I think, Danny, you said it, Gunn hasn't been in charge of DC for more than 4 or 5 months max. I mean, to think that in that much time, he went touched up or messed with these 2 movies, Shazam 2 and Black Adam, and then all of a sudden turned everything around and mixed everything up and had time to also screw with another movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which technically he directed. He's not the guy editing it. He's not the guy finishing up the work. His job for that's probably been done for a good 6 months or more. So the timing doesn't make sense. So let's talk about this for 3 more minutes, guys. I think Danny's right on with the thing is the timing isn't right for him to have actually planned this.
Absolutely. And again, even still, like, why do you even think that these guys make these movies to want to sabotage them, right? they're doing it because they still want to make money, you know. So if they want to make money, they're not going to do things to sabotage it. And you also understand that Marvel didn't get to where it is overnight. It was momentum, right? Movie after movie, which was good. And like you said, Chris, this Flash movie is actually resetting everything. So it's not like it's just going to be like, hey, what we saw didn't exist. It did exist. It's just that it's reset now. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. I mean, the whole premise of it, what I've read, just the very basic premise of it is he goes back to save his mom, and in the process, that he screws with the timeline, and that screws with everything. And Shifty, Flash will do so well they'll be forced to rethink their DCU plans and bring Keaton into the mix. I don't buy that, but I would love to have him back in some form or fashion.
He's too old.
Well, Keaton could do Batman Beyond. That's all he could do.
I agree with that, but the Batman I want to see is Ben Affleck.
He's going to be in it. I just don't know what they're going to do.
The scenes that I've seen so far from the trailer, like he got the coolest scenes, it's super the coolest. And yeah, Michael Keaton kills his I'm Batman, but
yeah,
I want to see all the gadgets, that cool motorcycle he's riding, that kind of stuff. And I don't believe Batman is overused because Batman is one of the best superheroes that we as human beings can relate to because he's a human with a superior will, superior intellect, superior physical condition, something that we could actually strive to if we put our minds to it. All other stuff, there's no way in hell we can get that. So I love Batman. And every time I see him in a badass scene or whatever, that makes me like him even more. So I'm Team Batman all the way.
I don't disagree with that. I never bet against nostalgia when done right. No, I don't disagree. Keaton as no Batman could work. Like going back to before the Batman was released, I said that Pattinson would make a perfect. Who's the kid?
Shitty Batman.
No.
He can make a good Nightwing.
No, who's the kid in Batman Beyond? Terry
McGinnis.
Yeah, Terry McGinnis. I thought he would make a perfect Terry McGinnis, and then you bring Michael Keaton in as Batman and do Batman Beyond. That would have been awesome. But now that they've established who he is, I'm not opposed to them bringing him into the main timeline as Batman.
I wouldn't have made another version of Batman. I know that's an Elseworld Batman, but they could have made Michael Keaton Nightwing, and that would have worked perfectly with this.
For sure. All right. Let me get back to this. Here we go. All right. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 5. Danny.
4.
Okay. Nzo?
2.
Damn you. Both. It was 3. So you're both equal. How about this? A number between 1 and 20. Danny.
18.
Okay. Nzo?
3.
It was 13. Danny's closer. Danny, pick 1 or 3.
3.
3. Oh boy. Mortal Kombat 2 is set to begin filming in Australia in June and wrap by September. The name of this question is So Nice They'll Try It Twice.
Oh my God.
Now, not much is known about the sequel, but the actor who played Cole Young has teased his return. What are your thoughts on the upcoming sequel? See, Nzo, you went first, so we'll save your your stuff for last.
Please do.
Here you go, guys. There's the question, and 3 minutes is coming up on the clock. Danny, 3 minutes start now.
My thoughts are that they saw a lot of the problems and issues that fans had with the first one. So if they have any sense about themselves, they would take that and develop a better story. Whether you like the movie or didn't, you must admit that they were true to some of the finishing moves. Maybe not the characters. I know Cole Young is someone they pull out their ass, not saying that, not disagreeing with people that hate that character. But the guy that plays Scorpion, the guy that plays Sub-Zero, they were on point. The guy that played what's the guy with the hat? Kung Lao. Favorite part of the movie to me, his finishing move and stuff. So they had certain aspects of it. The Raiden and the Shang Tsung needed more work. I'm kind of trying to figure out if you're a Thunder Guard, why you got to use some kind of device to enhance your powers and all this kind of stuff. And they had some stupid missteps, like, okay, if I'm in this negative realm, whatever that Raiden took him there, why the hell didn't I been there the whole time? Why I could have been safe? So some of the story didn't make sense. But far as accuracy to how the characters look, the finishing moves, the fighting styles and stuff, they were on point. So they could, if they choose to listen to the fans, like the people that created Sonic the Hedgehog, when the first time it came out, it was like, no. So they went back to the drawing board and they got something that was very more conducive and more true to the character. So if they choose to do that, this story could be good even with Cole Young. Even if you like him or not, though, they could kill him off early in the first Mortal Kombat. They could do that. Um, let's say he goes to the first round and get killed, they could do that and still carry on like it used to be. So they had the potential to get this right, whether or not they choose to do it. And then, because some movie studios are going to do what they want to do and damn the fans. If they do that, then it's probably going to be a failure. But I'm thinking that it must have been enough money or a profit enough for them to do a second one. Because usually that's what the norm is. If it made a profit, then they'll green out a second one. But if it took a shit in the shitter, I don't know if they would try and put more shit in the shitter or bad money behind good money. I don't know.
Hold on just a second. I'm going to pause you right there, because one thing when I was doing this question and getting researching a little bit, it only made like double its money, and yet they still said it basically said there was enough profitability that the studio felt that they would go forward. It took them some time. They said there was a large uptick in watching it whenever they went to streaming service and stuff. I just wanted to put that out there, which is weird because normally we all say three times the amount it costs to make is profitability. This one, somehow they claimed it anyways. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. I don't know how the merchandising did. I saw Mortal Kombat. In fact, I got a Mortal Kombat T-shirt. I don't recall seeing the action figures, any of the stuff in the usual toy outlets, stores and stuff. So they must have made money. So I guess we'll never see the numbers. So I guess if people watched it on Netflix or HBO Max, whatever streaming service it came out on, I guess that showed a uptick, like you said. I know I watched it a couple times, not because I'm in love with it, but because, like I said, the Kung Lao, the Scorpion fight, some of the fights I liked. Was it the best? I'm not going to sit and say and lie that it is, but I'm saying if they take heed to what the fans say and go back to the drawing board and watch some of the storylines of the game, they could, in theory, have a very good script, and it could greatly be enhanced. That's only if they choose to listen.
Okay. All right. Anzo.
Yes. It's
Time
popcorn already.
Night.
So just the fact that they have Cole Young in there shows me that they have not listened to the fans and that they're still going to do what they want to do. Everybody knows how much I hated that first Mortal Kombat movie. Yes, Danny is right. There are some things that were good in it. Some of the fight scenes were good. They stayed true to some of the characters, but that was definitely not my Liu Kang. That was definitely not my Raiden. Scorpion and Sub-Zero were the best characters in this whole movie. Jax was okay, but the way he got his arms, I didn't really like that. So I could care less about them fucking filming this movie right now. I would think you put this movie in the back burner and you never bring it out ever again. We never talk about that abomination was this fucking Mortal Kombat movie. It was absolutely horrendous, and I do not want to see. I don't care what they do, unless they kill Cole Young in the first like 5 minutes of the movie. Like as soon as the movie starts, Shang Tsung comes out, sees Cole Young, and snaps his fucking neck, and then we get into what Mortal Kombat should be. Then I would be okay with it. But until then, I do not care about Mortal Kombat 2. You can you can go and give me all the fucking best finishing moves and everything, and give me these wicked fight scenes. But as long as they have this Cole Young character who was not in a Mortal Kombat game being the star of the movie, I'm gonna have an issue. I don't want him in there. I want to see Liu Kang become the Liu Kang that he's supposed to be, to beat Shang Tsung and become the grand champion, save the Earth realm, and all that stuff. That's what Mortal Kombat is. We got to see a tournament. You did what you did in the first one, but the second one has to have some sort of tournament. Like, we got to get into that. We got to get into the Mortal Kombat lore, right? You have so many characters that you can use, and I think that what they should have done is this: they should have just stuck to the original characters from the game. They didn't need to put Cabal in there. They didn't need to put all these guys in there from the second game. Should have been from the first game. Should have focused on Sonya, Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, right? And then you had the bad guys in there. Those were the three, and Raiden. Sorry, that's what it should have been, but we ended up getting what we got. I mean, Cole Young fucking killed Goro. I'm like, what are we doing here, guys?
Awesome.
So I couldn't care less about this movie, to be honest with you. I don't care what you show me. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see this Mortal Kombat movie. Damn right.
So how about if Cole Young get killed on the first scene and it's awesome from there on?
That's what I said. The only way they can redeem it for me is if fucking Shang Tsung comes in and snaps his neck like right away.
Shifty, wow. I give you crap about a lot of the things you say, but that would be an awesome first scene. First match, they're there. It just cold open, boom. He's fighting like one of the guys, and they come and they have this like, well, God, wow. I don't know, just something that just and boom, and then go like coleslaw.
Yep,
that'd be perfect.
They need to kill him. Like, kill him. Get him out of this movie. Nobody cares about fucking Cole Young, man. Like, I don't watch Mortal Kombat. I see no damn Cole Young.
I don't disagree with that.
So let's say hypothetically they replace Cole Young with Danny Graham or Chris Knight.
And put you in the movie?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that shit either.
Wow.
All right,
an overage black man and an ego.
But I'm a badass. My doggone stunt double is a bad motherfucker, and he fucking people up.
He probably is. He probably could be.
But they're gonna have my face on it. They have my face and my salary. Well, I don't see how you talk now, so you will not be invited to the premiere.
They give you all the fucking best fucking finishing moves and everything.
When I win the award, I'm gonna be like, and this is for you, that Canadian hater up there in Montreal.
With pleasure.
So my thoughts on this, there are some things there Danny says I totally agree with. I think when I saw it, I was like, wow, they did a really good job on, the graphics, which, I mean, in today's world, the CGI should be good. The story would have been all right, again, if it had been Liu Kang. I don't understand where the thought process was to put somebody that had nothing to do with anything. I mean, that goes a step further than what Nzo was saying about characters from the second game and other characters that were in it. If they had started with the base characters from the first game, that would have been fine. And then you add characters. If the series gets off and running, you can add characters in a little at a time, kind of like how the original 2 did. But the thing is that Cole Young really, when I read that, I'm like, what in the world is the thought process behind this? Why are we doing it this way? And it really, I think, hurt the movie overall, because this whole time you're trying to have your hero you're supposed to have some connection to or some want for the hero to win, and there really isn't. And I think was it Scorpion he was tied to? That is his great granddad or whatever, or I can't remember.
He was a descendant of him.
Yeah. That just didn't really fit the whole mantra. Now, if they had kind of put a twist on it and made Liu Kang that, I guess that could have worked. A twist on the story isn't an issue. A full retelling with a new character. I mean, it wasn't even the fact that it was new characters. It was a new character, one, and that kind of flubbed up everything else. I'm with Danny. I'm interested in it if they can correct problems. But if Cole Young is in it, I'm with Nzo. They haven't corrected the core problem. If you get rid of him in the first few minutes, great. I could care less. Bring Johnny Cage in, have Johnny Cage kick his ass. Great. Perfect. I would love it. But I don't know what would happen. Or have Scorpion, his great granddaddy or whatever, pull his mask off and breathe fire and crisp him. Call him Coco Crisp or something. I don't know. I mean, am I interested? Yes, I'm interested. It's just, boy, it's going to be harder to not hear Nzo's caca for the next year and a half until it comes out, basically, because that's what I'm hearing in my head. It's not that you're wrong. Yep. I'm just, after seeing what they did, that's kind of what you think. It's just like, okay, so we're just going to do this all over again.
You can give me the best fucking trailer in the world. It could be the baddest trailer I ever seen, but as long as Cole Young is in it, it's good. It's caca.
Too bad they won't show. If they were to kill him, do you think they would show it in the in the trailer?
I would watch the movie 10 times just for that beginning scene.
This is real talk. I've known Nzo now going close to 4 years. And I don't always agree with what you say, but I think you're a reasonable man and open-minded to certain things. But that there is closed-minded and just hated at its most. If the shit is good, fire, you just gonna hate it because they interject someone that's not in the game. That is crazy.
So here's the thing, right? And I was gonna say it earlier when Chris was talking. He said a new character. Yeah, you could put new characters in it. You can create your own characters for the movie. But if you have them in that lead role, that's the problem. You have Cole Young doing the things that Liu Kang or even, Johnny Cage should be doing. That's the problem. Like when you put him in there, you take away from other characters that are supposed to be doing
things. I'm saying even if it's good?
Yeah, even if it's good. Wow. It won't matter. As long as you have Cole Young doing shit in there that he's not supposed to be doing, I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah, I mean, Danny, don't you kind of agree with the fact that Cole Young is the problem with that movie? If they had taken him out, what do you think?
I'm gonna say this: I'm not a gamer, so these movies that are representing gaming movies and certain characters that are true or maybe added, doesn't really affect me one way or the other if it's good. I will say that his particular character wasn't very good, and I don't know whether it's writing or was it actually the actor itself or a combination of both. I can't say it, but I'm saying what I am saying with 100% certainty. If next year they show a fire ass trailer and he doing some crazy Mortal Kombat like shit, I'm probably gonna watch it. And if I go there and watch it and it's good, I'm gonna be like, hey, y'all need to go check this shit out. I know Cole Young in none of the Mortal Kombat games, but this mother is nice. So go watch it. I will say that. And to take Nzo's word, if it's caca, I'm like, yeah, they tried it twice and it's still caca. So, but if it's good, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna say you need to go watch it.
I'm definitely gonna watch it regardless, but it'll definitely be some hate watching if I go see it. That's for damn sure. If you thought Geeks and Gamers was bad on the Star Wars shit, let me see this movie. Let me see this movie be garbage.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy right there.
I got a new Mac. You'll see like 10 videos in one day about how Mortal Kombat 2 is garbage.
I'm with Danny. I'll watch it. I just hope that they find a way to make it better. I mean, because, Nzo, let's take Cole Young out of it. Let's take a lot of the bad writing out of it and stuff. The fight scenes were pretty darn good, I think, don't you?
I do.
Okay,
especially so Scorpion and the first fight was fire.
You see, that's the problem. There was only really like 2 good fight scenes. The rest of it was training, and then he had that fight with
They had 3 good fights. They had the first fight between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Then I think the Kung Lao fight was decent. And I think the fight between Kano and what's her name? Sonya Blaze. That was good.
Oh no, I didn't like that fight.
The one when it was in the trailer. Man,
No, I didn't like that fight. The other one you said, which was the other one?
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao, yeah, was too short. You know what I mean? That was the problem. I liked some of the stuff that Kung Lao did. You know, he did some actually moves from the game,
Yeah,
but it was too short.
Yeah, how
they
did
should have
Jax lose his arms in the movie?
So
Sub-Zero froze him
Sub-Zero froze them.
and broke him off.
So I mean, it's not completely different than how it is in game. I mean, I don't think Sub-Zero did it.
I don't know how he lost his arms in the game. I'm not sure, but them little
oh wait, no, that's right. No,
pterodactyl arms they had, that was ugh. But then his whatever you call it, whenever you find your superpower was the giant arms. But the little robot arms he had, I thought that was stupid as hell.
Yeah, Jack's arms, I did not like them either. I wish they would have gave them the design from the game. You know what I mean? They should have given the design from the game. The metal one that looked like kind of like Winter Soldier's arms. That's how his arms kind of look. They should have kept it.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
what they
right?
should have done. Yeah, for sure.
But when
Maybe they'll do that in this game.
When it comes to the game, there's like different versions of how he lost his arms. One of them, he did it himself, like he just enhanced his arms, and then there's
I think
the cartoon where Goro rips them off. So there's
think in the game they changed it with this when they started putting storylines in it. I think they had Ermac do it, but Ermac took control of Sub-Zero and froze his arms, and then they got broke off. I think.
Okay, I'm right after go back and look.
I don't know. I mean, that could have changed. All right. Last topic, guys. There are tons of rumblings across the YouTube and interwebs that Disney has sealed their fate with the decisions under Bob Chapek, Kathleen Kennedy, and others. Many believe that the reason Bob Iger returned was to right the ship, though many think it's too late. They cite the decline in quality, popularity of the MCU, Disney, Star Wars, all those projects. And recently they've cut 7,000 jobs back in February as an early sign of the demise of Disney. What are your thoughts? Just what do you think this means for Disney?
I go on this unless I also want to
go. No, go ahead, Danny.
All right, let me get this and put this in there. Hey, Sherry, what's going on? Good to see you. Put this in there. All right, here you go, guys. 3 minutes. Danny, your time starts now.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be a demise on Disney. Maybe that particular part of Disney may take a hit, but Disney still, last time I checked, and I have several coworkers that go to Disney every year. So they're getting that income from the parks. I'm not saying as much as it used to be back in the day, but it's still income. And do you not know Disney on ABC, ESPN, all that stuff? And football is taking a hit, but it's still the number one sporting event in the world. So as long as those things are driving, Disney's gonna be all right. Now, are they not gonna are they gonna take some hits? Yeah, then the hits we see in the form of them $7,000 pay cuts. But Disney ain't going nowhere no time soon. I'm sorry, and I know some people want it to, but I don't foresee that. If Disney flops and goes under, I would be really, really surprised. And I think if it get to that point, the government gonna bail them out because Disney is Americana. They're not gonna let something that iconic, something that been in place for years and years and years, they're not going to let that fail. They're going to design some kind of plan, some kind of government bailout to help them. Now, they may have to trim the fat and cut even more people, but that mouse is going to be around a long, long time, well after we are long gone from this earth. So Disney ain't not going nowhere. Now, a lot of people may lose some jobs. Yeah. Hey, if I work for Disney now and I was just recently hired, I might start looking for work elsewhere. But you better believe they're going to trim the fat, and they're going to figure out, and they're going to crunch numbers. What is the bare minimum we can run our businesses, we can run these theme parks with and still be functional? They're going to get to that number. That number may be 10,000, I don't know, maybe 15,000, whatever that magic number is that they can run still and make a profit at optimal efficiency. They're going to figure that out. Now, we may see these movies, instead of coming out every 4 or 5 months, it might be every year, it might be some every other year. But they're going to find ways to be creative in making these movies and making stuff. Now, whether or not the quality is going to be as good, I can't sit here and tell you that. I don't know. But they have ways of they can, what we love to say in our profession, do more with less. They're going to do that. They're going to adopt that mantra and Disney will do more with less. Because I'm saying, whether you like it or don't like it, football is here to stay. It is the number one. I think the only thing that might be rivals is soccer. But last time I checked, it is the number one sport watched in the United States, and I want to thank the world. Second, maybe only the soccer. But and I'm telling you, I'm not going to miss a season. and last time I look at Super Bowls, doggone stadiums are packed. Last time I look at these stadiums around the country, it's packed. So they're getting money other ways, and there's a lot of other stuff that Disney earn. I just can't sit here and name them off. But I do know they earn on ABC, ESPN. So hey, and those theme parks. So it ain't going nowhere no time soon, whether you like it or don't like it. Sorry.
That's true. All right, Nzo.
Yep. I have to agree 100%. Unfortunately, with my boy Danny over here, I usually like to go at him when he comes at this stuff, but I, I actually have to agree with him. He's absolutely right. Like people, like okay, the movies haven't been making as much money as they used to be, or whatever. But so what? Disney has their hands in so many things. Like the amount of they piss money. Like what are we talking about here? Their theme parks are in places where it's hot, so they're 24 hours, like every day people are at that theme park, right? And when you see some of the prices for that theme park, how can you even think that they're gonna be like struggling, or rumors of their downfall? That mouse, like Danny said, is not going anywhere. It's well established. They make money, right? Their movies, maybe not, that division's not making as much as it should be, but at the end of the day, it's Disney, right? Disney has been around from before we were born, and it's going to be around way after we die, right? That's what I think. So for me personally, absolutely not. They are absolutely not going to go anywhere. And it's these groups out here, and we all know who we're talking about, right? Said the name earlier. They want Disney to fail. You know what I mean? They go on their rants, Disney doing this and Disney's doing that, and they want it to fail, but it's not going to happen, right? There's no matter what you want to say, like, okay, so for example, we can sit here and say we don't like Star Wars, right? Oh, the Star Wars, what they're doing with Star Wars is not good. But Star Wars still makes $1 billion, right? So if you want to talk about Disney, all you got to do is understand that they just need 2 movies to make over $1 billion, and they're right back in it. You know what I mean? They're right back in it profit wise and stuff like that. So it's just, it takes money to make money, and Disney has enough. And like Danny said, even if they did struggle, banks would bail them out because their credit will be extremely good, right? Banks will understand that even if it takes them 5 years to pay back that bailout, they're getting interest on that. Disney will definitely pay it back. So it's not a high risk to where like, oh, we can't give them any money. So I don't know, man. I just think people really like to push this. Oh, Disney's failing, and look at their theme parks. I've heard some people say, look at their theme parks, they're empty. And then when you go watch people's videos at the theme parks, they don't look empty to me. Looks like there's a bunch of people there, right? So at the end of the day, Disney will be fine. Plain and simple.
Okay. Very good. All right. So I've made this point to a lot of other people, and you guys bring it up too. And I think right here, Basel says it. Disney has a team of parks across the world, fleet of boats, ESPN, ABC, Disney Plus, Pixar, et cetera, et cetera. Don't even forget the fact of how many babies are born in the world every year that wear some sort of Mickey Mouse clothing. Right. It's on the diapers, and it's not about that Mickey Mouse has to have a new movie or Mickey Mouse has to be in that. It's just Mickey Mouse because it's a kid thing, and so let's put our kid in Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse, and when you think about the sheer numbers and take away the movies, say they have to close up every movie they ever did, but they get to keep everything else. They're still so far ahead of it that you don't understand. It's like saying that when McDonald's makes $1 billion+ a year and selling crappy nasty hamburgers. But does that change the fact that they're still making hand over fist? No, it doesn't. But nobody calls out. Go ahead.
Sorry, Chris. Their chicken Big Mac is fucking disgusting. Okay. It is disgusting.
But that's my point. Is like nobody calls McDonald's out for crappy food. Why? Because that's McDonald's. Everybody knows that's McDonald's. What is Disney? Disney isn't necessarily about quality anymore. They're not about, well thought out movies like it was back when Walt Disney was in charge, or even his brother Roy. As time has gone on, it's become a corporation. It's a shadow of what Disney wanted. Let's be honest, but it is right in line with a money cash cow. People are like, oh, the stock has fallen. It's fallen 20 points since the pandemic. After the pandemic, it gained back up to about 120 points. Now it's back down to about 199, somewhere like that. I don't know. I have to look. Folks, that's called correction. That's market correction. And then if you don't know stocks, whatever. This is what happens, ebb and flow. They see that there could be a drop in the economy coming up, so they cut 7,000 jobs. It's called preparing themselves for bad economy, maybe. And if it happens, it happens. But they are going to prepare themselves ahead of time for that to weather the storm. These are corrective purposes. So everything everybody's pointing as being the problem, oh, shitty movies, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Listen, the shitty movies and stuff, people, like Danny said, will still go and watch it. People, and like Nzo said, Star Wars, when they bring out a new one, will still probably make $1 billion because people who aren't true Star Wars fans, but like the newer Star Wars, will go see it. Okay, I mean, let's be honest. They're set up for success. And until Disney's stock drops below 60, don't talk to me about it. It's just ebb and flow. So no, I don't think I get so sick and tired of these guys always saying, "Oh, they're going down." Look at this. It's like, yeah, sure, I could point to 1,000 reasons why the sky is red. Smog can do it. A lot of things can do it. It doesn't mean it's red for Nzo. So that's the thing. It's like you can point out 1,000 things, and sure, you might be right about, yeah, this isn't good. This is not a good sign, but that doesn't mean they're going down. I mean, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
If it does, I don't think any of us going to see it in our lifetime.
Nope.
No, I don't think so. It's like McDonald's. Is McDonald's going to go under? More than likely not.
Hell no.
And even if it did go under,
are.
and even if it did go under, someone would invest, buy it up, and just rebrand it. Else. Yeah, exactly.
You know what Walmart used to be? Big K Edwards. I remember it well when I was young. Big K Edwards sold to Walmart, and look at Walmart, conglomerate.
Yeah, I mean, but all that stuff, it's like, I don't think that even if somebody bought up Disney, they would change the name. The name, it's like the company I work for. We had a merger, and the company that bought us out kept our main name because the name meant everything. They bought the name. If Disney had to get out, they would sell it on their name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any of y'all ever drink the soda Sierra Mist?
Yeah, I know. They rebranded it.
It's a thing of the past. It's called Starry now. And
yep.
I think they changed the formula, and man, it's selling like hotcakes over here now. So
that's what they do.
I've been to a bank. It doesn't change names about 5 times. Like
my
Used
bank.
to be this? And they say, yeah, but we bought them out. There used to be that. I guarantee you 5 times since I had it. Only reason why we don't leave this bank because we have to change like all our bill payment and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, it ain't worth the hassle.
Exactly.
The banks get bought up all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I find it funny. Like, and I use McDonald's because McDonald's is the best way. Nobody goes and walks into McDonald's and says, "Man, why is this hamburger flat and nasty?"
Yeah. And it can be
nobody
nasty,
does.
But you're gonna go back again. Maybe not to that McDonald's, but you're gonna go to another McDonald's.
Well, but it shuts your kids up every time you buy a Happy Meal.
And
don't tell me parents don't want to support. Parents don't like McDonald's, but they'll buy that kid a Happy Meal because it shuts the kid up.
Them damn fries, man. like crack.
The fry, yeah, I can't argue with the fries too.
The hot fries, fried a little hard, and the right amount of salt. You can't beat it.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing. That's all Disney has to do. They have to have like one product that people refuse to not go
going
through.
to Disney World, bro.
Yeah,
exactly. That's gonna happen. I done been to Disney World and Disneyland, and I'm telling you, you're gonna go to it.
Absolutely,
100%.
All right. It is time
for the meat and potatoes.
Final.
It is time
5
to crown the champion right now.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know, Danny acts like he's so
for the
humble,
moment that everyone's been waiting for. It's Khaos Central's Final 5 Fact or Fiction.
I try to be humble, but you be talking so much shit that I have to give you back some of that. That's why. As you see, I never fought with Chris. But you be, yeah, I'm gonna be number one. Okay, so when it don't work out, I like to chuckle.
It's like me with Tekken. I'm gonna kick your guys' ass.
Oh God, we knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Hey, listen, it's all in the talk, man.
McDo pizza. I ain't never heard of McDonald's pizza.
I mean, the problem here is nobody.
You don't remember the McDonald's pizza?
Never.
Oh God, yeah.
I didn't make it to South Carolina because I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, we had the McDonald's pizza up here.
I remember in St. Louis, Kansas City, and Southern Illinois, like Springfield area, they started their combo meals like 3 years before anybody else had them. And you go in and they give you this tray, this paper tray, and everything had a spot for it to sit in. And that's how they started doing their combo meals. And then it came out, and
I'm gonna tell you the best thing for your buck. You can get 2 10-piece, 2 large fries, and 2 drinks for like $20. I'll be like, damn, I can get 20 pieces of chicken, 2 fries, and 2 drinks.
From where?
All right.
McDonald's.
McDonald's has chicken?
Yeah, chicken nuggets.
Oh, chicken nuggets. Oh.
Yeah.
Don't processed nastiness.
Yes, Shifty, the Burger King taco was the worst taco anybody had ever had, but I loved them. Because they're just
over here, they love that damn McRib. I don't understand why.
McRib is nasty too.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't get that either. It's like, what the hell? You guys, everybody acts like it's the best thing since.
Man, I got a couple of coworkers. When they come out, they lose their damn mind.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the McRib's back. I'm gonna go get 2 of them.
All right. So, guys, here it is. Danny's got 60. Anzo's got 55. I've got 57. No, they're not chicken dandelion. All right. So, that's where we're at. And we're going to bring up the first week 5 answers. Yep. Oh, wait. Week 6 is what I want to
sell chicken, and their chicken is good. But, boy, you going to pay for it.
Who?
Hardee's.
Here we go.
Harvey's?
Hardee's.
Oh, Hardee's.
Or Carl's Jr. It could be Carl's Jr. too.
Just
depends.
But boy,
we don't have that here.
It is expensive.
All right. So week 6, question number 2. DC Fandom Week is here. Several first looks at 3 major trailer releases. It's time to speculate which movies will do what. Shazam 2 will make more money than Shazam 1.
I don't know what either.
And it has not. It has not. So. Question number 2, Danny said fact it would. Anzo said fact it would. And I said fact it would. So we all were wrong.
That was question 2?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I don't even remember that question.
It's from week 6. It's like 30 some odd weeks ago.
Wow.
40 probably. It's a long time ago. DC Fandom Week last year.
I don't know why I put any faith in Zachary leaving our ass.
You know what I mean?
Oh, well, so no change in anything there. We'll close that one up. And let's see here. 11. So hold on just a second. Close that. Go up here. Okay. Matrix Resurrections cost $190 million to make. There will be a Matrix 5, basically, is what this is. Everything I see says that Lana didn't even plan for there to be a Matrix 5, even if this one did well. I seriously doubt they will. Do you want to call this?
We can call it.
Sure.
Okay. So there will be a Matrix 5. We all said fiction. We all get a point. And we'll save that. And that completes week 11. That makes like 10 now completed at least. We will bring up the tally. Brings you to 61, Nzo to 56, and me to 58. Next one up. We know what Phase 6 is starting with and ending with, but what else could we expect in the upcoming phase? Deadpool 3 will be a part of the Phase 6 lineup, and that has...
that one.
Huh? Actually, it has been announced that actually that is the first one now in Phase 6. And if you look it up, let's see here.
I ain't know nothing about Phase 6.
Is Deadpool, or what phase? What phase will Deadpool 3 be in? Deadpool 3 will be the final movie for Phase 6, or no, the first in Phase 6 now. Hold on, let's see here. Right here. Where is it? Yeah. The first film in the phase will be Deadpool 3, scheduled to release November 2024. So, I can hold off on it a little longer if you want.
No, that's fine. If you have the article on says that, I'll agree with that. I don't know if Danny wants to.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so that's week 27. So right here, question number 5: fact, and fact. We all said fact. So
I think we should hold off on that one then.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything because if it's wrong, we're all wrong. So. All right, we'll bring up the tally sheet. Was that your cat?
Yeah, it's on climbing on my tent.
Oh man, that cat's crazy.
Trust me.
All right, let's see here. Make sure we got all this stuff closed up. Boom. All right, next one we're going to is week 27, question number 5. Oh, wait, nope. I already did that one. Duh. Here we go. Now, week 31. Lakers have a 22% chance of making it to the 2023 playoffs with only a 0.6% chance to win the championship. With that said, fact or fiction, the Lakers will make the 2023 playoffs. Now, here's the thing. I asked this again 3 weeks ago when I did this show again. This was like 6 or 7 weeks ago. So we all said fact on this one, I think. Let me check here. Week 31, question number 5. Yep, this is the last one. We all said fact. So I'm going to give us all a point on this.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's fine. We can
we'll wrap that one
Let's
up.
protest that one.
We'll get rid of that one now. But here's the thing. In week 33 or 32, I asked, it's almost NBA playoff time, which means we have to ask. The LA Lakers are barely on the outside looking in on the NBA playoff factor fiction. The Lakers will make the 2023
we have to skip
playoffs.
This one. No, this one we skip. This one we skip.
But if we're going to count the other one, we should be counting this one, which...
Well, we should not. We
question
don't need to
number
have the
3...
same question twice.
Well, no, that's called a redo because, hey, it gives you a chance to change your answer a little closer.
Oh, the only reason he wanted kind of because he said fact. That's the only reason why.
Because in 32,
I know what I said on this
question
one.
number 3, you both said fiction and I said fact.
Oh, so we both said fiction. So Danny, what do you think?
Hey, I don't care.
Yeah, it's all good. Danny's in the lead.
Yeah, I'm in the lead. So I don't care. That's fine.
All right. So, do we want to count that one too?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So, let's see here. We're gonna go back here. There's one for Danny because the first one he said fact. Oh, 63. You get another one, Nzo, because you said fact on the first one. It's 58. But I said fact on two of them, so I get 60 now.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Oops. Cancel. And save. And that brings us to this week's Fact or Fiction.
I think Nzo should be at 59.
Should he?
By my count.
And what am I at?
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I know you keep counting on those two, so...
What was I
might have messed up right then. Yeah, 58. I'll give you 59. That's fine.
Yeah, you're damn right. I should be at 65. To be honest with you, I think there's somewhere.
That right there is verbal. You give a man an inch, you try to take him out.
Y'all
see that, chat? Y'all see
right.
that? You see that?
I think there was a miscount somewhere in this fucking tournament.
All right. Final five. Fact or fiction? Question number one. With Donald Trump formally being indicted, many say it won't amount to much. Being a first offender, it's doubtful he'll go to jail. Fact or fiction? Donald Trump will serve some sort of jail time. Now, that means, as absurd as it sounds, for the rich white boy, he could spend 6 hours in jail. If it is a judge handing down the time and he goes to jail for any amount of time, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Fact or fiction? Danny.
Fiction.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fiction on this one too.
They're not gonna put a former president in jail for that.
I don't think they will either.
They give him every courtesy under the sun. Show up here, pay this fine. We're gonna take your your passport, so you can't leave the country. But he is not going to jail. And if he does, it'd be some kind of house arrest. And that ain't going to count.
They didn't even handcuff him, Danny, or give him a mug shot. You know what I mean?
No. That was to be expected. I don't think they would do that to any formerly sitting president, no matter if it does. No. But I know I've read a couple things that they say that if the judge wants to make an example of him, he might spend a week in a jail cell. And that would be a very cushy, very monitored, very unsupervised.
They would put him in mortal danger if they put him in jail if he's not separate in any kind of facility because somebody might have some kind of vendetta or something or want to be famous. I don't see that happening. I see him going to house arrest.
I don't know. We'll have to see. It's a minute away.
House arrest wouldn't account though, right? If they put him under house arrest, that don't count as jail.
I would not count that. I mean jail time. Yeah, if he sits at his home and
R. Kelly jail. He ain't going to R. Kelly jail. He going to his penthouse somewhere. And he monitored, might have an ankle monitor or some kind of monitor or some shit.
No, that doesn't count. Has to be actual jail, and he wears a jumpsuit or something like that, which I doubt will happen. Now, if more stuff comes out, we'll revisit this question. But this is basically for what he's been indicted for already. All right. Whoa. That was way too many. Question number two. With a strong finish, even in LeBron's absence, the Lakers showed determination by making it to the 2023 playoffs. Fact or fiction? The Lakers will win the 2023 NBA championship. On to start.
Fiction.
I say fiction also. As much as they'd
be lucky to make it past Memphis. They doing without
didn't they win
Memphis.
First game?
They won the first game, but I don't see them. I don't see Memphis winning four. I
heard somebody on the radio say that if did LeBron only play like 23 minutes of that first game?
I'm not certain how much he played, but
well, he played a very limited amount of minutes. I think they said he scored like 23 points or something. I don't know. I was listening to it. I didn't see the game. But they were saying if that formula would work every game, it'd be perfect for him because it keeps him rested and all that. But I don't think that's possible. I just don't see him making it through the whole thing. You got to go
through. You got the Clippers. The Clippers are playing. That's what I think going to win it. The Clippers are playing crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let Golden State get it right, and then Sacramento Kings ain't no slouch this year neither. So
please, Clippers do not win it.
I think it's too much.
All right, question number 3 is: with many lackluster performances by both MCU and DC DCEU films, many are wondering about upcoming MCU DC DCEU movies. Fact or fiction? The next MCU film, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, will be a success. Now,
you seen that article too, Chris? Didn't you?
What?
You seen that article that just came out today? Didn't you?
Yeah, I've seen several actually. So on this one, I will say,
are you saying a financial success or a fan success? Because financial, I'm gonna say
I would say a mix of both. I will say if it doesn't actually get to 3 times its cost, as long as
make it.
I don't know yet. No, I haven't looked that up.
Let me look it up right now. Budget for Guardians of Galaxy 3.
It cost around $200 million.
So they're gonna make $600 million.
Yeah.
I think it'll make that. When is it coming out?
It looks
is it gonna be like is it the
May
first
5th.
Movie of the summer?
Yeah. So if it doesn't actually make 600 million, but in general, it gets good, people are talking good things about it, and it does hit in that 550 to 600 or 500 to 600 million dollar range, I would call it a success, especially with past performance of the last couple
we gotta have
things.
We gotta have a cutoff. If it makes more than 500, we'll say success. If less, flop. Does that agree with
I agree with that. Okay. Yep. All right. So Danny. All right, actually I'll go first, and I will say fact on this one.
Make that too.
Fact.
Okay. All right.
I want to go fiction, but I'm gonna go fact.
Number 4, Star Wars has been hit or miss for some time now. The Mandalorian, Bad Batch, Book of Boba have all had highs and lows. But fact or fiction, Ahsoka will be considered a generally good series. So again, this is what we have to discuss. I would say generally good is between us. If we all look at it and we're like, yes, this is a good series, I think good. If like 2 of us think it's bad and 1 of us thinks it's good, like I think Andor's good and you guys think Andor's bad, I guess we would have to call it bad.
See, no,
let's don't do that. Because
there's a problem with that, because I'll say it's good.
You want to let this be like Rotten Tomatoes and critic reviews?
Okay. We'll go to Rotten Tomatoes.
I get we can go with that, or Metacritic, like a mix of all of that. We can kind of
we take the critic and audience score and divide it by 2, and if it's over 50%, it's a success. If not, it's a failure.
That'll work.
Okay, so you're talking about the average of the 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I get with that. And we'll wait till after it's done.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, so Danny.
Fact.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a female-led movie, and we know they're gonna hate that, but I'm still gonna say fact.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fact also. I don't think the female thing. Listen, people like Ahsoka.
Yeah.
People liked her at the end of it all.
She's not considered a Mary Sue, because we saw whatever she went through. Now, if it was Rey, I'd be like fiction. But I don't think people consider Ahsoka a Mary Sue.
I agree with you 100%. But if they do some bullshit in it that people don't like, they're gonna be like, or like let's say they make her like a lesbian or something.
They're gonna be haters all the time because it's female-led stuff. So I'm not even trying. I'm filtering out that noise, but.
And
I think for the most part, Ahsoka at first was like, but now she got trained by the baddest Jedi, according to the lore, and so that makes her a badass. And we done seen the fights. Everybody that I've talked to and we all have talked to, put her episode in the top 3. She's a fan favorite. Everybody likes the actress for the most part. So I think that's a lot of pluses.
I agree.
Source on the Deadpool. I know it's not a great one, but Wiki had it, and where was it? On here. Yeah, right there. So this is another one. There's like several things that have come out recently that have put it in 6. It was originally slated for 5, but now it's coming up as a 6, phase 6. So there's a couple articles for you. And then Dandelion asks if Shifty likes it, does it count? No, absolutely not.
For real.
And I say that in agreement with him about Andor. I love Andor.
Shifty, Cole, and Eli Who.
Oh my
Sometimes their opinions are so far from ours that it's not even funny. I'm not saying that they're not entitled to their opinions, but Eli Who, he on that other stuff, boy. I mean, serious other stuff. So, no.
Yeah, and Basel, I mean, it's still in flux. I know that, but since we all said fact on it, it won't matter either way. We either all got a point or we don't get a point. So it doesn't really change the facts of it. So we just went ahead and got it off the board.
We didn't disrespect the Shifty. We just tell them, hey, our opinions are, for the most part, different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Disrespect. It's just,
all right.
That's just factual there.
Yeah, because we all know Shifty's opinions are garbage.
Question number 5. Will Nzo admit that paying $6,000? Wow. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Woo, I'm about to say yes. Nzo's going first on this one.
5. With reboots of books made into films now being made into series. So books were made into films. Those films are now becoming remakes and reboots into series. WB announced with its rebrand of HBO Max to Max that they will be releasing a faithful to the books, that's their words in the article, Harry Potter reboot series. That's right, a reboot of the movies we saw. New cast, new everything. Fact or fiction, the series will be a flop and canceled before it can finish the book series. So I'd assume since there's 7 books, they'll probably do 7 seasons. And they'll probably do a book for each season. I would assume that's how they're going to do it, but I don't know that for sure. I don't even think it'll make it out of like the 3rd one. But that's me, because I'll go first on this one, and I will say fact. It will not finish the whole thing. Danny.
Fiction.
You think it will?
I'm actually with Danny on this one. Fiction.
It says, move that out of the way.
Yeah.
It says with reboots
books
made
of books,
films now being made into series. They'll be announced. It is rebranded HBO Max and Max. They will be released a faithful to the book. If it's faithful to the books, it's going to be awesome because the books are better than the movies.
I agree with that, but my problem is how many times we heard that. Now, this is where I get into this. I think that and we've all talked about this, and I don't know, I can't remember, Nzo, what your opinion of this is, but Interview with the Vampire, the series, is absolutely much closer to the books and much better.
And it is fire.
It is. But how long ago was the movie? The movie was 30, 35 years ago.
Well, Harry Potter working on 20.
Well, I know, but still, I think it's closer. There's still been stuff like Dumbledore, the Fantastic Beasts and all of that. And then the next question is do they bring J.K. Rowling on it? Because a lot of people don't like her right now.
I think I heard they were.
What is that?
I heard they were bringing her on it.
If they do, that's great. But then that means that she's going to give it more faithful to the series. Remember, this is the person that said Dumbledore was a gay man, and a lot of people flipped the F out when that happened. And so I just think of all the turmoil that is involved in that, and how.
But you're going past the question.
Well,
the question was if it's faithful to the books and they got the budget, it is going to last the whole series because the books are 10 times better than the movies. But if it's not faithful, then I'm going to call it out. I'm going to disqualify this question. I'll be like, because I don't read all the books. It ain't faithful because in this book, this happened.
That faithful to the books, what I'm putting in quotations is their comments, WB's comments. So take that for what you will. I'm not going to throw this out if it turns out not to be faithful because that's their comments. That is nobody else's comments. I put that in there.
But we're going on what they're giving us false information. I've read the books.
I'm going off.
Well, I'm just telling you.
I'm going off of the fact of if it's going to be. It doesn't matter if it's faithful to the books. Fine. I'm still going to take the loss on this. If it's faithful to the books and it goes all the way through and it's perfect.
I'm going to pull a nerd man. If they say it's faithful to the books and I say fiction and it ain't faithful to the books, I will not be accepting that offering of the. I'm going to get my score because I'm going to show you factual that look in this book right here, this happened. That ain't what happened in this series.
So that's not faithful to the book.
So it's not faithful to the book. So
I can't tell you that's going to be. I can't tell you that that's going to happen. All I'm stating is that is their comment.
I know what you're saying, and I'm not faulting you.
So
I'm just telling you. Like so if and when that problem happens, you can pull back to this tape. And Danny said that he ain't gonna do ABC 1, 2, 3 because they said, and I'm going by the verbiage that they're saying, faithful to the books. If it's not faithful to the books and it flops, I'm not taking a loss because I base my answer on their wording.
So what you're saying is every time that a movie or a TV production company says something that
I'm saying in this contest on this question, I'm gonna hold their feet to the fire. If it ain't right, I'm not taking the L for it. That's what I'm telling you. I can't. You ain't saying about other movies. I'm saying in this particular question, not other questions. This particular question, it said faithful to the books. If it get canceled, and because it's not faithful to the books, then that ain't on me. I'm basing my question on what the question said. My answer on what the question said.
There is why I say fiction, because I don't buy it. And
you
that's
said
what
fact.
you have to do. Do you believe in what they say? Do you believe it will be faithful
I
to
believe.
the books? And do you believe that it will make the whole series?
I'm telling you, I believe that this series will not be a flop and canceled if it is faithful to the books. If it is not, then how can I be held for something? Because they said it's going to be faithful to the books, but it wasn't.
Because I don't buy it from them. That's why I say fiction. So I'm basing it on my belief of what I don't care what they say. I cannot see this being that way.
Okay.
But I mean, so that's why. So I'm not even. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll be glad to be wrong in it because I'd love to see it that way. But so we will revisit this.
I'm going with fiction based on what the question said. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, I'm going with fiction, Donnie, too, but whatever you decide to do with it, it doesn't matter.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see where it is, and hell, by that time, it may fall through. That's a huge undertaking to find people. Because also think of this: it was hard enough for the movies to keep those kids, from growing past a certain thing. To do it in a series form, can you imagine that would be like nonstop, like 4 or 5 years?
Kids grow up.
Yeah, they can, but
look at the guy that played in Gotham. He grew up. I was like, damn, because when he first was there, I'm like, how the hell is this Bruce Wayne? But at the end of the series, I'm like, okay, I can see he got some Bruce Wayne in him.
Yeah, I'm just saying that
first he was a punk.
Because I'm assuming it'll be at least 7 to 10 episodes a season. And I
don't know how they can fit all that. It could be more than that. It could be like 16. I don't know.
Well,
There's no way they can fit all them books in that 6 or 7 episodes. No way.
So if you do 16 episodes, an episode probably takes at least a week to shoot. So that's 16 weeks out of 52. They would have to shoot probably at least 30 weeks.
Look how long, like Lucifer and what's the other thing with the two brothers did the ghosts. Fight all the demons.
Supernatural.
Supernatural. If they do it on that kind of format and keep the audience engaged and stay true to the book and have the funding, that was scaring me. They're not gonna have the budget to pull off some of those great magical feats and stuff. But if they can somehow pull that off, I mean, Charm did it. So
well,
if they can do that,
I'm thinking Game of Thrones. That's what they're shooting for, is Game of Thrones. And yeah, I know everybody bitched about the 7th season. We're not going to go there because these books have been written. There's also a format that they could follow. But I just, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't trust a lot of things about it. Yeah. I'd love it though. If it's good, trust me. I mean, like when the first game came out, and I know this is a little off on that, but the games were true to the books, and they were quite engaging and all that. But whatever. Actual Fanzo F the what is this?
Actual Fanzo interview with Vampire Books. Hate it, freaking hate the series. F and Anthony and Allie spend week pooping on it. I don't know who that is, but I watch the whole series, and it is good. It got a lot of lifestyles that maybe some people don't agree with, but looking past that, the guy that plays Louis is fantastic. The guy that plays what's the other guy? Lestat is fantastic. So, I like it. Gonna watch it.
I understand, Shifty, what you're saying, and Anthony and Allie, there's some other people. Dark Gift Comic presents Nzo Danny, who I'm talking about. I understand. They like the books, fine. I will say this much about this. What I see is more faithful to the books than the movie was. And yes, that includes the not so what I want to watch lifestyle stuff in it. Yeah. But that is in the books. You know, it's kind of like what Perry Mason's done. Perry Mason's opened up the fact that Perry Mason, had those types of things in the original, books and stuff too. And it's, I don't know. There's a lot of that going on. And listen, if it's faithful to the books, people will acknowledge it because there's a lot of Potter fans out there, and they will call it out.
Yep.
And it won't survive if it isn't. That's where my side of it is. I don't believe that they can stay faithful. Now, if Rowling's in it and Rowling gets control and stays with the control, because that's where Game of Thrones season 7 went wrong, is that Martin, they basically just said, "Oh, we're just going to do our own thing," and Martin wasn't involved in it, and everybody called him out on it. But that, again, all those books are written, so it shouldn't be an issue. So we'll see. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody who watched today. I really appreciate it. A lot of good comments, a lot of good interaction from the chat. A lot of good viewpoints as always. And we're gonna let these two gentlemen talk about their channels one more time. Start down there with Danny this time. Danny, tell everybody about your channel, what you got going on.
I'm Danny, comment chat. You can find me, like I said, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this channel with one of our 3 shows. On Wednesday nights, Nzo Show, the OOC, and Guy Scar Show, The Hangout, and Sunday nights on Storms Live. So definitely enjoyed it, man. Thank you all for coming in the chat. We definitely appreciate the interaction. And we probably won't be on next week, but we'll be back next month.
Absolutely.
Monday night.
Yep. Yes. Nzo, go ahead and tell everybody.
Biggaford Entertainment. You guys know Wednesday night, the OOC. We have the Khaos Central stuff every Monday except for the last Monday of the month, but we're doing our thing, so it's a pleasure. Good show, good questions.
Cool. And I am Chris Knight, Real Review 3000. Guys, thank you everybody who was watching. Greatly appreciate it. Have a good night. Peace.
Peace.
Later.